Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Right Away After Party. We're so excited. Nick is down in, I don't know where, but she'll tell us. Nick,
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm in Delray Beach with my friend Kathy. Hi.
that's wonderful. Welcome, Kathy. It's so good to see you.
It's good to see you again.
Thank you. And well, here we go.
All right. So, Kathy, we were just going to talk about like just your process and like where you're at, and maybe share some tidbits to our writers about your journey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so I think my process, that's a really good question because I have been writing more than 10 years, and it always is a very slow process, and it could take me a really long time to finish a book. And I just finished a book. I sent it to my agent, waiting for her feedback on it. Yes.
You
Um,
have an agent.
Yes. Yes. The wonderful Joyce Sweeney is my agent.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. So, so I had a new idea for a book, and I took a workshop while I was finishing up the other book. I took a workshop with Jonathan Maybury, who wrote a million great books, but Rotten Ruin is a really fabulous series that he wrote. And he is a machine. Like he is, we've met him at conferences, and if he has 15 free minutes, he's writing.
Wow.
He's got his computer out and he's writing. So what his process is, while he's writing a book, he's also plotting the next book. By the time he finishes writing the book he's writing, he already has the next book plotted chapter by chapter.
Wow.
He knows exactly what's going to happen in each chapter.
That's incredible.
So Matt and I were both in the same workshop who you had on before. And so this novel, I decided, okay, I'm going to try something a little different, because what I would do in the past is I'd write a few pages and I'd think, oh, how wonderful, I wrote a few pages. And then the next day I would go back and I would read those pages and I would say, oh, let me change this word, let me change this. And then I'd write like another page, right? And it was like, oh. Well, I sent my finished novel to Joyce maybe the last week of June.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I already have written 90 pages in my next novel.
Nice.
That has never happened before.
Wow.
And I of course I had I used Joyce's plot clock, and I had done a plot clock for the main character and her father, and even there's a dog in the book that has a plot clock, and her sister, and there's a nun that I made the plot clock for. And I had chapters, I had my ideas, but it wasn't like, a complete, like detailed, like, oh my gosh, this is what's going to happen in every chapter. But it was good. It was a good start.
Yeah.
And then as I'm writing this, what's happening is I'm realizing, oh, this has to happen earlier in the book. I have to change that.
Mm-hmm.
So the other day I sat there with the novel, and I just write chapter and move on to the next thing. But I said, okay, I'm going to put each chapter starting on a new page, and then I'm going to print it out, and I'm going to physically move those chapters around. And before I did that, I said no, because if I do that, I'm going to slow down my process.
Yes.
So then what I did is I wrote a chapter, and in that chapter, I said, these are the things I know that have to change. This has to move here. This has to happen before that. That has to happen after that. And then I just kept writing.
Nice.
And so I'm very excited.
So you gave yourself instructions within the first draft.
Yes.
I love that. I've never really heard that before. Have you heard that before?
No, interesting. So is this part of his process?
Well, his process is that he has it planned and he just moves forward. So that was sort of my takeaway.
It was like it's like your adaptation of his process.
Yes.
So you created a process within his process.
Correct.
I like that though.
Yeah. And I cannot believe I have 90 pages.
I am so proud of you.
In a month.
That is amazing.
In a month, I have 90 pages. That's never happened ever, ever, ever.
That's incredible. I love that.
That
So,
is,
I mean, that's the power of taking a workshop, right? Just
Yes.
get so much inspiration. And, that's why we always are doing these interviews, because we love to hear other processes and inspire other writers to just keep going, just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And so what did your agent say about your new book that you
I haven't
turned in?
heard yet.
Oh, you haven't heard
I
back?
haven't heard back. So.
Okay.
Hey, no news is good news.
We'll have to have Cathy back once she hears news.
I was listening to Elizabeth Gilbert a little while ago, and she said, I have times when a year, 2 years, 3 years will go by,
Mm.
and I'm in a writing slump.
Wow.
I write nothing. So I think everybody has a way they do it. I mean, I know it took me more than 10 years to finish up the book that I
Yes.
just published.
Yes.
And a couple of days ago, well, maybe last week, I finished the second. So it's like, psh.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I just got mine published in June. So
Yeah.
Yes.
So like less than 8 months it took you to finish the second book.
we're all
Well, you know, the one that I just sent to Joyce, there were 11 versions of that.
Wow.
You know, but again, because my process is so slow, I would say, oh no, I had to fix that, and then I'd go back and start again.